Hi, and welcome to the Perk Playbook. I'm your host, Cohen Trexler, track and field. I have...
I'm Jackson Long. I play baseball.
And we have two guests here today. We have Mr. Lonergan.
Mr. Lonergan, I coach girls basketball, and I teach health and PE. Pleasure to join you guys, by the way.
And a returning guest, Brody Weiss.
Brody Weiss, football and baseball.
All right, and welcome. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Hanging in
That's
there.
good.
That's
Monday.
good.
We're filming on a Monday today. So we went through our credentials. Now we always start with a question. Lonergan doesn't know this, but today's question is, what is your favorite breakfast food?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love breakfast. My favorite is a bagel breakfast sandwich.
Bagel breakfast sandwich. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What's on it?
Bacon, white eggs,
Like egg white?
egg white, only the white.
No yolk.
See,
No
there's
yolk.
a problem right then and there.
Say pork roll with cheese.
Well, I get cheese with it too.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Pork roll's good, but I'm more of a bacon guy personally.
Okay, that's fair.
It has to be egg white.
That's
That
fair.
It's more protein. The yolk has all the fat in it.
it's the same amount of protein, just less fat.
Well,
Yes,
What's your choice?
Well, yeah, because there's no
yes.
fat in the yolk.
I like the pork roll, egg and cheese.
Pork roll. With
Pork
an
roll,
orange
egg
juice.
and cheese.
Okay.
With an orange juice.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I mean, are we talking like if I'm running into a gas station and I'm grabbing breakfast, or am I talking?
Whatever
Hopefully
you
you're
want.
not getting breakfast at a
Whatever
gas
you
station.
want.
Whatever I want. One of my personal favorites is eggs Benedict.
Benedict Arnold, where's Beals?
Fancy. Very fancy.
It's not that fancy. It's
Where's Beals?
all right.
Did Brody say his?
Yeah, pork roll, egg and cheese.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just talking about breakfast sandwiches.
No.
All right. Lonergan, since you're here, I wanted to ask you on your journey of coaching. I know you've coached a decent bit here at Upper Perk, and I want to specifically most ask you about how Upper Perk sports has transcended over the years.
Transcendent. You know what? I think high school sports is high school sports. I think have the athletes changed maybe a little bit, perhaps, but I mean it's just something. We've been lucky here at Upper Perk where we have several sports. Boys and girls, and it's different. Like there was this time where wrestling was king here when I first started a long time ago.
Incredible.
It
In the early
was.
2000s.
It was.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you guys when I came here. I'm a basketball guy, so it was strange for me to see basketball games kind of empty and not really, not really a big deal. And then you go to a wrestling match where it was just standing
Sold
room
out.
only.
Yeah.
Yep, and they brought they bring that light down, and it was, the atmosphere was really kind of something special. So I think that's changed a little bit. We've had a lot of success. Football certainly is headed in the right direction. Baseball's always solid, and then the girls' sports. I mean, field hockey. Girls soccer has been really good, so hopefully we keep up with the success. And in girls basketball, we're definitely heading in the right direction as well, I think.
Yeah.
So
That's good to hear.
that's my goal, is to bring basketball back.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
That is
Wearing
good.
a shirt like you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I don't like the basketball.
Here we
talk
go.
from that
Hey,
either.
we saved that for the end of the
I don't-
podcast.
We
I don't
gotta
like
save that.
I am
We're gonna save
wearing
it for later.
I'm wearing a shirt with the greatest basketball player of all time.
Okay, we'll get into
Okay.
Oh my
just
gosh.
quick before we get into that, I know that spring sports are starting up soon. I know that baseball has tryouts later today. Track
Track has their first practice.
first
today.
practice. That's what I know so far, but I'd say a lot of spring sports are starting up really soon. So I guess be prepared for that.
I'm pretty sure today is like the first official.
Yeah,
day
I
of
think
It
so.
is.
So a
Yep.
lot
I
of,
think
pretty sure almost all of them are probably either starting tryouts or having their first practice.
Yeah.
We're going to get hit this week with terrible weather.
Yes,
Whether
we
that's
are.
Really cold
Oh, yeah.
or rain, so this week's going to be all messed up.
Wednesday's going to be.
You
a
could always
torrential
count on that
downpour.
first week.
Oh,
Yeah.
Always.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
All right, and then Lonergan, first year coaching the girls basketball team. How is that? How excited are you for it?
Very excited. The thing about the girls team is I think we did exceed expectations a little bit this year. We won a handful of games, but more importantly, I think we kind of have the foundation set now moving forward. Great group, tremendous group. They work harder than any group I've ever coached, and now it's just a matter of just playing, off season, because off season is where
Yep.
players are
Yes.
built.
And I want to
So-
add into that. You cannot change the culture of a program in 1 year.
No, you cannot.
No, it doesn't
Absolutely.
No,
Look
you
at the
cannot.
football team, for example. We were 1-9 with a new head coach. The next year after that, we're 6-4.
Absolutely.
You
Yep.
cannot change the culture in 1 year. It takes time, and it's a huge process that you cannot change it.
And it's something
Yeah.
you always got to stay on top of too.
because it can
Yep.
go back just as fast as you
Absolutely.
build it back up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very has to be stable.
Yeah, it
has to be
does.
stable because it can crumble very.
Because you know why? Because winning is something you build. Like the mentality and how you go about things. Just practice, games, off season. So I'm looking forward to having a full off season. To be honest with you, with the team.
And
Because
what you said with winning allows kids to buy in more. Who really does want to play on a losing team?
true,
You know
absolutely.
What I mean? You start to develop winning.
Very good point. Very good
You know
point.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If you start to
Yeah.
develop winning, then you will get everything you can out of those kids.
Absolutely, well said.
That is really.
I try. I try.
And that's basically everything that we have for the Upper Perk section. Now we're going to get into the out-of-school topics.
Real quick, before they start their debate, though, I want to flash back to last.
We're on the same team.
Yeah.
here.
You are? You're on the same team here.
Well.
Right. So
Some things, no
I
doubt.
want to point to last podcast. We had
Oh my God.
Jackson Phillips on here, and we were talking about baseball versus basketball.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Competition, which one's harder.
Oh, yeah, you
So
have to
Jackson
listen to that
Phillips,
one.
who had played neither of those sports, decided that yesterday we were going to go out and we were going to play some sports. So I graded him a little bit on his baseball performance, almost like he was trying out for this team. And let's just say it was rough, okay?
I gotta hear
Why are we
this.
bringing
So
Jackson into this?
his ground balls from third, he was 1 for 10. He
Fielding?
didn't. Yeah, it's just fielding.
that
And
is
the
one
only
of
my
the easier things to
God.
do.
And the only thing he did was he stuck his glove out and caught a line drive. Luckiest thing I've ever seen. And he did not get a single throw completed at first base in the air.
Are you serious?
Out-
think
Colin, you can't fathom how difficult this is.
You don't. You
It
actually
was
can't.
more
You
I don't
actually
think I
can't.
could get there. I don't think I could get it
Actually,
there fast, like as fast as some people do. I don't think there's any way.
Well,
I
now I
got
gotta get Cohen out there.
You're
You have
saying
to get me
he
out there.
He missed 9 of 10.
9 of 10.
Okay.
He did not get.
It was
They
That
bad
is
were.
conditions.
wild.
That's a shame.
Bad, poor
I
conditions.
can tell you they weren't as bad as you think.
Get me out there after track practice today.
Oh my!
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear
No,
it.
bro.
So
because- and
I'm moving
the
on from this.
person who knows
Cohen,
how to throw a baseball can get it there.
tell
I probably won't get it
Cohen
fast.
your experience.
It was a little rough. It was very rough.
How did you hold
it
the
was
ball?
surprisingly.
How did you hold the ball when you threw it?
What?
Like this?
No, he threw it properly.
Properly? Okay.
He's
Yeah,
right.
it was
He's right-handed.
Some people
It's
just don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's a heck of a lot more difficult than you think.
It, no, it was. It was
know, I
surprisingly
know,
more
I
difficult
know.
than I actually thought it was going to be.
Okay. I'm excited to see.
So this entire weekend leading up to this, he's been talking about how he was going to hit nukes off of me, hit dingers. So in his, I'll just skip right to the hitting part, which is considered the hardest part of
Yep.
sports.
yeah, it is
True.
It is
Um,
the
In
hardest.
sports.
we had-
Yeah.
we had-
Everything in
on
all
the
sports.
planet.
Yes.
Yep.
Start off with Will.
So we had 2 levels where we had him hit against somebody who hasn't thrown a baseball probably in 2 to 3 years. He was hitless. He whiffed 9 times in 10 at bats. He struck out twice and he walked twice, which is fine. And the rest were weak ground balls. And when I say weak, I mean weak.
Like bunt-like.
Yeah, pretty much. Most of them were to the pitcher. His swing was awful, is what I'll say. And everything he was late on. He didn't pull the ball once. Everything was either a little dribbler to the pitcher or it was a ground out to first or second.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
With his speed, would he have been able to beat any of those
I got a
dribblers?
5-2.
See, that's tough. Yeah, we also
Oh.
did his home to first time compared to me, who's probably one of the slower on the team, I'd
Okay.
say.
I can agree.
And it was not that
I
great.
want to do
I got
this
a
so
5-2.
bad now, actually.
Yeah, he got a
Hearing all
5.
this, I
He got a
actually wanna do this
5-2
really
home to
bad.
first.
That's
And then we'll do a
So
one-on-one.
then
And then
we
we'll do
had-
the same thing with basketball. We'll have you guys do a one-on-one.
We actually had him play basketball.
Well,
And
I got
that,
one
he
point
doesn't.
out
He's
two
never
games.
played.
yeah, he had 1 point in 2 games
Against who?
against me and William Gottschall.
Why are we comparing? Okay, you can't use Jackson as a comparison.
why.
This is
Because I
not.
played
This is a
neither
comparison. He's never
'Cause
played either sport, and he can contest. He's now going to
He
give
played
it.
soccer and football.
So he's going to give us his
Right,
honest
I think he's
assessment.
going to give us
That's
an honest
fair.
assessment
Okay, that's-
assessment on
that's-
which was
I
challenging.
agree with that,
And I
yeah,
think you
for
should
the
go
assessment.
into depth more of like it's not really one dimensional on
No,
which
it
is harder.
Yeah.
Right. So then
It
again,
is. Baseball's harder.
well, there's certain
grind
elements
of
that I'd
baseball.
say.
Yeah, I feel like baseball.
Everything about it.
Oh,
But
can I guess
when you
something
talk
on my
about
team?
stamina, though, basketball would be harder. You can ask. Jackson
You're
was
running
laying
down
on the
the
benches.
court.
He was laying on the benches.
I could
okay,
agree with
so
that.
imagine-
Now,
I could
Brody,
agree
I
with
think
that.
you'll
So-
agree it depends on position, too.
Yes.
Playing
Yeah.
catcher.
How much? Hold on.
Oh,
is
you're right. That's a
brutal.
great point.
We
It
did
is.
also have him. It is, but we did also have him catch fly balls.
I did better on fly balls than I did.
You stuck your glove out and caught it underhand, and any ball that was remotely
Hey, you're not judging
over
on
my head
technique
was
here.
anything
over my head,
anything remotely away from him. He wasn't getting. It was getting down. I don't understand. I've never seen one. Cole was hitting him and it was going straight at him, and he's running left. It was mind boggling. I can't lie. But after all that trash talk he was saying about me, saying he was going to hit a nuke off of me, he went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts swinging and a strikeout looking on a curveball that he thought was going to, quote, hit him. One of his many quotes was, "Why does it reverberate in my hands?" Talking about the bat when hitting.
Was he wearing batting gloves?
No, he was not. I'll give him that. He wasn't. But then again,
Doesn't matter.
if you look in the major leagues, not everybody does wear batting gloves. So, and then the honest.
Are you guys batting gloves?
I am.
Yes, I am.
absolutely
I am. That's because I like pine tar, and I'm not going to come out
Absolutely.
with pine tar all
Good
over
point.
my hands. So one
Well,
of the
especially pitching.
right. So the description that was given was, he was watching pitches that were right down the middle, and all of his swings he missed and wasn't remotely close.
Now, what bat was he using? I'm just curious.
It doesn't really matter
Because I know wooden bats are much heavier than metal bats. I don't even.
was
No,
using
they're
a
the
metal
same-
bat.
They're the same weight.
Metal bat.
Same weight.
and they
Oh,
are the
they
same
really?
weight.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he also wanted to pitch to me.
On
And
one pitch I did.
this is
it was a
this
homer.
is the description. Terrible throwing motion, no stamina, no accuracy, and the first strike he actually threw, I put it so far into center field that he was like, "All right, we're done."
Oh, you said we're done.
Yeah, I think it was pointless to continue.
So he took you deep.
Yes,
So what are you doing to him next time up? Next time up, what do you what's
It
what are
should
you
be
doing?
going in the ribs.
Exactly. You're going to send him a little message.
I also-
right?
Chin music.
I also bat flipped and helmet flipped, so I really should
Helmet
you really
flipped?
Yeah, I did everything. I did the whole 9, and then I'll let
You like that though.
I do. I think you should be able to show up. You know what I mean? Because if you strike me out, you can show me up as much as you please.
I like that.
But if I hit a ball 400 feet off of you,
You can do
I
the
should
same.
do exactly. what
I completely
that's
agree.
That's playing the game.
If
Having fun.
That's playing the
if
game.
you were to sword me and do the sword
playing the
celebration, I'd be like, you know what? Hats off to you. You definitely did. And then I would hope that you would respect me if I was to also celebrate.
Now, how do you feel about John Lewis's celebration last year? Was that last year?
No.
What do you
No,
mean?
no.
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 what do you
So
mean?
no, it's okay.
No,
I didn't know about this. No, bring it
I
up.
could tell you afterwards,
You can
but
tell
I'm
it
not going to tell you right
after
now.
the
It's I'm not going to tell you right now. So, and then for basketball,
Let me speak on
you
this.
can give a description. I will also give a description, and then I want you to tell us which one you think is harder.
Basketball was god awful. I was already dead from baseball.
Man, I wish I would have saw
And
this.
then just with basketball on top, I was laying on the ground.
Is there
I laid
video
on the
of
ground
this?
probably
What?
4
Is there
times.
There's no video?
Any video of this?
Not on the basketball, but there's a baseball video.
I probably laid on the ground 4 times during basketball. I got 1 point in 2 games. Cole, I think, got combined 15, 16 points.
Pierce can play the game of
17
basketball.
He carried.
Cole Pierce can play the game
Cole
of
carried
basketball.
me the
He
hardest.
He has that
The entire
basketball
season.
IQ
Cole
too.
Pierce
He
can
knows.
play the game.
He's good. He's good.
A lot of fouls on my side.
It's lazy defense. That's what
That
happens.
is, that's what that is. Not moving your feet. That's
I-
right.
He's like punching me in the paint. Like
Don't come in my paint.
I've
Like the
I've-
Detroit
I've seen-
Pistons, the bad
Stop.
ones.
No.
Don't come in my paint.
Jordan had to deal with that all the time.
All right.
later. Continue.
Honestly, I like to say baseball's probably harder. God, I couldn't hit anything. I would say let me go out there for a good week, and I might
promise
improve
you
a little
it'll
bit.
change.
I might improve a little bit.
You're not making again. You're not making.
You're not
contact.
making the team.
He made contact one time against me, and it was because he barely fouled a splitter that I put over the middle back.
You can hear the little ding, and that's
Even a
it.
blind squirrel finds them.
Not every once in a while.
Not this blind squirrel.
A broken clock is right twice a day. So
Not this broken clock. This broken clock's arms fell off. So I will say though, Jackson did do. I'm very proud of him, and I'm very happy that he actually is a man of his word. He went out, played baseball, he played basketball, and he really showed. He didn't show anybody, but he did. But he made. I was happy that he was a man of his word.
An honorable man, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've seen
yes.
Jackson.
Are you
play at
sore
the
today,
Y.
Jackson? Are you sore today?
Maybe
yeah.
a little bit. I'm still feeling it.
I've seen Jackson play at the Y
I mean,
with like Jerry.
His shot's awful.
It's
we were
terrible.
out there for a good 2.5 hours, I would say, and I'm still feeling it today.
No, I bet that's a lot of running.
You know what Jackson is? Jackson's a guy you put into the game. You know,
He's a glue
couple
guy.
couple
Yeah.
fouls. You know, let the opposition know they're not coming in the lane without any.
Right.
He's a
punishment,
glue
you know?
guy.
Clothesline or
Glue
two.
guy, glue guy, absolutely,
Clothesline or two. You know,
Maybe, yeah, you know, within the
just to really let him know.
But then you're playing with 4 on offense because he ain't getting up and down that.
True.
No,
True.
he's not. He was cherry.
He's
Well,
Joel
Cole-
Embiid.
I will
Joel
say
Embiid
this.
cherry
No
picked.
offense or no defense.
Yeah.
I will say
on
this.
fire.
I will say this. I got the ball at the top of the key, and I'm not the quickest guy. I'm not a point guard. I blew by Jackson 4 times.
I couldn't move.
And it got to the
gotta
point where
slide.
Cole Pierce said, Jackson, just stay in the paint. And then Cole was in a 2v1 unless we were in the paint, and then that's where Jackson was
Cole
punching
would
people.
say that. That's the
No
knowledge.
doubt.
Yeah,
No
that
doubt.
is the knowledge.
No doubt.
Yeah.
My legs were shutting down. I couldn't move. My legs were shutting down. I couldn't move.
Wrong.
I've experienced a lot of basketball, Cole. Pool basketball.
Oh my
and
God.
actual basketball.
Pool basketball is
and the
different breed.
comparison that's been given with me and Cole is LeBron and Dwayne
No,
Wade.
that's
On
a
the Miami
that's
Heat
self-appointed.
in
No.
2012.
That is self-appointed.
No.
That is self-appointed.
No, I can
prime.
tell you
Okay,
right now.
you're more
In
like
2012.
Ben Wallace in pool basketball.
No,
You are
no.
violent. That's like
So he can rebound. Ben Wallace.
That's how you
was
do
a
it.
beast
Well,
on the
that's-
board.
that's-
well, when you're getting drowned by Brody in the pool,
Brody, I
there's
can
no
imagine
way
he's
you're
attacking
getting.
people.
There is no
There's no
rules.
rules.
There is no
True.
rules.
Are you
And
saying
that's-
this
you
like-
have to
And
adapt to
it's-
that
are you saying
against
this
Brody.
out of
It's a
basket-
man's game.
Out
It's a
of-
man's game.
And Brody, you play with passion.
It's a
I'm
man's
sure.
game. That's right.
In pool basketball, absolutely he does. There's no.
No doubt.
I can't stand here and say it's illegal because it's not.
No.
It's
You come-
just
you
it's
come
very
to the
physical.
rim.
It's a very physical game.
You
The
come to the
only
cup, you're
sport
gonna
I
get-
will
you're
try
gonna
to
find
talk about
out.
is basketball.
I expect that from a
So,
football
yeah,
player.
man.
Though. That's what
Exactly.
you
Right.
want.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I brought a little bit of football into basketball yesterday.
Go to
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
go
you
to the
did.
rim with authority.
Absolutely.
Go to the rim with
Yeah,
authority.
You take it strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a shoulder into him. No.
Yeah, that's not
I
happening.
refuse.
That's not happening.
Especially not a. Not,
Oh,
No,
this
no,
next
I will throw
this
the
now-
ball.
this
now
next
doing
part
into
is
the
going to be
debate.
vicious. This
Okay.
next part's going to be vicious. But
If we had a door, we should.
do
shut
we?
it.
I think that's where we end. So I'd like to address the sports that are going on a little bit
Yeah.
more now than our conversation that we're going to have. So baseball's picking up, spring training. Phillies are looking but I'm confident that we can turn that around.
I don't like looking at the spring training because nobody plays.
You're
get-
right.
You get two at bats
You're
a
right.
game, and
You know what? The only thing you want to get out of spring training is no injuries. You
Yes.
just want to be healthy coming north.
And-
Which
and-
Harper getting hit in the bicep really kind of
Yes.
it really scared me.
Yeah.
I can't lie, it scared me.
spring training's huge for your pitching staff.
Yes.
I got hit in the
Yes.
bicep yesterday.
Shut up. You also got hit in the Achilles and did nothing. So
So are you? What are your thoughts on the Phillies this year?
I'm confident. I think that we can. I think we can do something good. I mean, I would like to see more roster changes, but I think when the regular season rolls around, I think we can do pretty good.
The thing that strikes me is how tough our division is. Though. That's the
Yes.
thing. It's
Yes. I mean, it is.
What?
We have a group of Philly homers in the studio, and it's mind-boggling to listen to
No,
that.
I'm not a Philly
you
homer.
just root for anybody who would make people mad.
No.
Yeah, that's so.
I've
true.
seen you root for the Cowboys and then the Patriots back to back.
No.
I'll say this about the Phillies is that
Oh.
division is real tough.
I agree. That's
Mets were real good last
you
year.
rooting for?
Acuna's coming back from injury.
Braves, absolutely.
Strider's coming back from injury. Chris Sale's coming back from injury. That's gonna be a tough team to play.
Chris Sale's been relevant since the Red Sox.
He won the Cy Young last
He just
year.
won the Cy Young.
Chris Sale?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. He is the
News to
NL.
me.
He's the NL Cy Young winner.
That's news to me.
And now we got the super team Dodgers are now, and they're
Is that bad for baseball?
here's what I'll say right now. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if it gets to the point where now it's just 15 teams are irrelevant because they don't spend as much money as the other 15 teams, I think that then maybe you could put something in. But I'd say now that it's like 1 or 2 teams, 3 teams that are just spending a ton of money, I think it's okay.
Okay.
And I know that when the Dodgers get eventually to that hit where all their money's just gone because they're paying all these guys over a certain amount of, it'll be changed.
Yep.
So I think it helps with dynasties.
True. And Brody, you're okay with it? You're good with it?
I don't have a great opinion on it because I don't know a whole lot about who's getting paid this and who's getting paid that. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I guess the big question is, do they institute a salary cap? Which
If they did do a salary cap, I wouldn't complain. But at the same time, I don't know if you can implement that in the middle of a certain amount of seasons
True.
because the Dodgers are now based on no salary cap. And if you put a salary cap into place, they literally just crumble and their team would fall apart. And I don't think you should do that to a team that should have a fair chance with everybody else.
and I might be wrong with this, but don't they have different thresholds where if you pass a certain
I
threshold,
think
you're
so,
fined?
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so. They kind of have.
Yeah, it's like I don't know the exact threshold, but it's certain like percents.
Okay.
It gets to a percent of that chunk you're missing.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, we got math.
Yeah. Look at that.
Coach over here.
Cohen has no
I
idea.
can't talk about baseball. I can't do it. I'm just gonna zone
This
out.
guy's still, dude.
I wanna do that thing so bad.
I'm
just
just
to see if I
saying.
could do any of it.
I'm just saying.
I'm honestly
after
curious.
basketball was over, Jackson was begging to go back to baseball. I'm just saying.
I'm not surprised.
He's like, I want to keep playing baseball. I want to try again.
I actually was having fun. It was actually fun playing baseball.
Right.
I feel like you guys misheard the discussion last time. I was talking about watching. I'm not talking about playing.
Well, Jackson was talking about playing
I don't know what Jackson was doing.
earlier. A few.
agreeing with you guys
I
on
know,
the podcast.
but a few years back, and I told you I was going to bring this up. A few years back, Jackson did say that baseball is the easiest sport.
All right,
And so
that's
this
just airing out
this,
dirty laundry.
this right here has been going on for
dirty
No,
laundry.
no.
this right here has been going on for multiple years.
I then agree with you last podcast that I thought baseball was a better sport to watch and play, and I now agree with it even more.
Is it harder?
It's harder. It's I would say it's more physically harder, but I'd say basketball you're more cardio. It's just a lot of cardio in basketball.
We don't
And
like
the most
cardio.
elite athletes.
Oh my God. You are wrong.
Yeah, you are very
Wrong.
I gotta agree.
That
with
was
you.
the
You're not wrong.
worst thing
Wrong.
I've ever heard.
I said basketball has more elite athletes.
Are you insane?
You are dumb. Have you seen Tyler O'Neill before?
Wait,
No.
give me this. Give me this. real
You
quick.
should see Tyler O'Neill.
Wait. Didn't we see MJ go from basketball to baseball and him suck?
Yeah.
That just proves
That's
the point.
a really elite athlete.
So an athlete and skill does not mean the same thing actually. So when I say athlete, I mean speed, strength, agility, all that kind of thing. Hand eye coordination.
Strength?
Hand-eye coordination,
Strength, dude.
vision.
Basketball and strength?
Yes, bro.
Are you insane?
You ever seen?
giant over
Yeah,
there.
this guy.
You ever seen
you nuts?
Jeremy Lin? That guy is scrawny.
Yeah.
Have you?
Wemby-
Because he
Wemby-
played
Wemby-
to his
Wemby-
power.
Wemby-
He
Victor
was small.
Wembanyama has no muscle.
Because he doesn't need to. He doesn't.
You don't need muscle.
Seen him
You just,
play?
wait, can we just talk about how he
He
just
doesn't
said
need
you
it.
don't
He
need
doesn't need it.
muscle?
See,
He
How about
doesn't
LeBron
need
James?
it. LeBron James.
That's a 1 in a million
Yes,
guys.
that's one of them.
So you can't call
He's
out.
literally the greatest of
You
all
can't
time.
say the most
Greatest of all
elite
time.
athletes when you have Lane Johnson has abs at 300 pounds.
That's impressive.
Fantastic point.
1 in a million.
Okay, so
how many
my-
other people with
so-
400
That's not-
pounds have abs?
A lot.
Jordan
baseball?
Mailata.
Jordan Mailata has abs.
Can I
Like the
have- can I have
entire
a talking
Eagles
spoon?
offensive line has abs.
Can I have a
Dude,
talking
Brody
spoon?
is
Yeah, Brody
Giannis
wants to Brody wants to talk.
LeBron
Can I have a
James.
talking spoon?
Give Brody the
Yeah,
talking
Can I have a
spoon.
talking spoon? So when I look at it, like you're talking about great athletes, I don't think it's even close. When you talk about baseball players, athletes compared to everybody else.
I think they're also athletes.
If
I feel like I
you-
couldn't
if
be
you
them.
if you
but I
take-
think basketball have better athletes.
Who has the talking spoon?
He has the
There you
talking
Yeah,
go.
spoon.
talking spoon, let him
Can we
talk.
have a spoon in
I
here?
have the
Can we get a
Talking,
spoon?
talking pencil.
Hey, give him
No,
the
I just
mouse.
there's the
I have
talking
a
pencil.
spoon.
He has a talking spoon.
If you take, I would be willing to bet if you take any basketball player and put them in any other sport, it would be a tough watch.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not.
Take a
So
baseball
you're
player
not listening
and
to
you
me.
place- What?
You're not listening.
We're literally listening.
Because to be good at baseball.
There's been multiple quarterbacks in the
It's
NFL
a skill-
drafted
it's a skill sport.
drafted to the
Tyler
MLB.
Murray
Murray.
dropped top 8.
skill
Tyler Murray was
sport.
8th overall, right?
Murray, I think he
I
was
bet
9.
Yeah, I bet if
I'm just saying
'Cause
that this other sports are
how
getting
many people in the baseball league, like they play
baseball league.
whatever MLB.
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball, same thing. Hey, can I have the talking
Yeah,
stick?
you got
give him the talking stick.
So, if I played baseball since I was like 8,
Okay.
I feel like I would be just on the same level as you guys.
This is
That's-
what
that's-
bothers me when you talk about things like this. You think just because you play the sport for so many years, you're going to be elite at it.
Right.
That's
well, I'm
not
not going
how
to say
that
that I'm
works.
elite, but I think I'm going to be good.
You know what I can say? Can I have the talking
Because
stick?
I think if
Throw this
somebody,
microphone through the
if
wall.
an elite athlete if LeBron James played baseball his entire life,
It'd be
he'd be
awful.
one of the best.
No,
of all
it'd be
time.
awful. Let me have the
What are
talking
you
stick.
talking about?
Give me the talking stick. I will say this right now. If you think that Brody and I are not on the same level of baseball, and that's because Brody has done more than I have in baseball.
Yes.
So you think that just because LeBron has played since he was 8 and now he's 40, he'd be as good as Albert Pujols or Barry Bonds? You think that? You think that?
But you're
Because of his
wrong.
work ethic. It's all work ethic.
No.
If you have it or you don't, dude. Like
I don't
you can
believe
work
that.
as- Are you nuts?
I don't believe that in baseball.
That is.
Give me this.
It's
spoon.
wrong.
I don't believe
That's
that.
wrong.
Look at Bo Jackson, one of the greatest athletes of all
Yes.
time.
Yep.
One of top 2.
Deion Sanders too.
Yes. Like you have these great football players going to baseball
Because they
and
played
still
baseball
do
all their
it.
childhood. Look
No,
at the pictures.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not gonna talk.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
A.J. Brown.
was
Kyler
actually
Murray,
drafted.
Russell Wilson, Tom Brady,
Yes,
Patrick
they
Mahomes.
played
all
baseball
these
as kids.
no, but all these guys got drafted to baseball and Major League Baseball and the NFL. These are two major
You
league.
think like playing baseball your whole life automatically means you're great?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what you. That is indirectly
I'm
what you're
it
saying.
should be very if these athletes, not me, I will never be
Thank you
able
for
to
picking
compare
up
to
the-
LeBron
thank you for
James.
picking up this
I will never
talking
be able to
stick.
compare to Bryce Harper. But if LeBron James, with that natural athletic ability, put it towards baseball, he would be great at baseball.
No.
What do you mean? No. Yes.
It's
yes.
harder than that.
6'9", 270 pounds. He's not playing baseball.
Imagine the
Yes,
strike
he
zone
could.
on him.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Aaron Judge is already six. He's what 6'5", 6'6".
Is he not? Is he not like
He
competitive?
is, but that's a one case in a million. Him and Giancarlo Stanton are rare.
Can't
I
say
just
are
saw-
rare.
instances
I
when
just
it's
saw a
also
video.
rare in basketball. We did twice. Get out.
Yeah.
We
I
did.
asked-
Get out. You can't say anything.
I asked, or I saw a video.
We
the
got
other
it
day.
covered.
I'm pretty sure I showed you. It was about.
See,
I think it was about the Dodgers.
They think they
Their
know it.
new 7'6" pitcher.
Yes, and that's pitching.
That's one.
That's
yeah,
pitching.
Pitching. It's still one in.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
yeah.
Randy Johnson being as dominant as he was because he used his height to his advantage. If you want an NBA
and
player,
he wasn't 270 pounds.
yes, he was like 170. He was a string bean. All I'm saying to you, Cohen, is that you cannot take Wembanyama and put him in the batter's box and have him be successful.
I think
No.
if he was,
I'm
if
gonna
he
go
started
wild.
when
Again,
he was younger,
wild.
this is
he
wrong.
would've.
No, this is wrong.
You're right.
I mean, he's
Aaron
also built
Judge-
for
Sorry,
basketball.
you're wrong.
Do you
Wembanyama
realize?
was also built for basketball.
Do you realize
He's like
that
just
strike
natural
zones
genetic.
vary
Where's the
on
talking spoon?
bodies? Brody has a talking spoon.
Joel Embiid started playing basketball when? As a
Uh,
sophomore in high school, maybe? Junior?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, he didn't start playing when he was
Because
when he was
he's an
so young?
athlete.
And
was
now
a
he's
soccer player,
dominant.
right?
Joel Embiid is
Joel
like,
Embiid
but now he's
actually
is a
very
bare
far
minimum
from an
athlete. He's
Yeah,
bare
'cause he
minimum
doesn't- he
athlete.
He's
doesn't
actually
put that
very
work
far
in.
from an
He doesn't
athlete.
put that work in. He doesn't
Joel
put the
Embiid's
skill.
very far
And
from
he's
That's why
and he won
wouldn't- he would-
MVP. He won most valuable
he's a big
player.
guy.
And for the
If
last
you're
4
built for
years, he's
basketball,
been
then
in
you're
the
built
most
for
valuable
basketball.
player.
I feel
So
if you're
why
built for
Steph Curry
basketball-
wearing?
Intensity is
Steph
picking up
Curry's not
there.
built for
This
basketball.
is-
He's 6 foot.
and he made it work because he knows how to shoot the ball.
Okay, so you're telling me that you don't have to be built for basketball.
No, as long as you're athletic,
Oh my god.
you can make something of it. You put that work in, and you're the right.
My
well,
self-
Work
you
in,
can be
put the
compete-
work in.
Myself
That's the
standing
key.
at 5'7".
That's the key, but that is the key.
But look, but Joel Embiid
That-
started playing in sophomore in high school.
That is the key. You have to put the work in. If you can be athletic as you want, you might not succeed in basketball because you didn't put the work in. You can be athletic as you want. You can't succeed in basketball or baseball. Sorry, you have to put both in together. But if you are an athlete, you
Okay.
have to be more athletic to make it to that top tier of basketball than to be in the top tier of baseball.
I don't
How
agree.
many
I
people?
disagree.
I think
in
that's your
basketball?
it depends on your definition of athleticism. What is
I agree with that.
athletic?
I
you
agree.
know?
Like,
There
I
are
think
some
you see a guy
extremely
through-
athletic people who suck at sports.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, yeah.
coordination, hand-eye coordination.
Yes.
I mean,
No, don't raise your hand. You're not an athlete.
If I can go in more depth,
You can try.
I'm telling
So
you
one
right now, it
example of
won't
this-
be.
One example of this at the highest level, right?
Yes.
How many how many people go to the NBA? It's like one in every what would you say?
well, NBA, you're right, but there are other pro leagues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Europe.
He has
and-
talking.
So
okay.
Speaking of like how many go to
Let's
that-
talk about the baseball metrics.
how many go to the league, right, in basketball. Baseball is so hard.
Yes,
and
it's
it
hard.
changes so much when you get to the high school and college level that there are 3 like semi-pro divisions before you get to the big leagues because it is
Yeah.
so hard.
Yes.
In basketball,
There's more than 3,
James-
really.
There's more than 3 because the
LeBron
independent
James
league,
is
right?
Yes.
the best player in the world at 18 years old.
Yeah, because he was athletic and he used his
But-
time
but-
well.
Oh my god,
Dude,
Cohen.
you have to. If you
Did he have a 3-point shot?
No.
No, he just ran to the
Oh,
gym.
so
he
if
just
I-
ran to it and dunked. Athleticism.
He has a talking spoon. Stop talking.
Okay.
Do you know who the name Max Clark is?
I have no idea now.
You have no
Max
clue.
Clark is one of the most freakishly athletic people
Insane.
on this planet.
Okay.
He runs like a 6'1", 60.
Very
Like, it is
impressive.
wild.
Very impressive, yeah.
Max Clark got drafted out of high school to play baseball and is still down in the minors.
Is he? And I believe he's in the second level of
Yeah, of
3
3.
minor league teams.
1 in a million. You keep using that example.
Yeah, he's.
He obviously didn't put that.
No.
If he's in the
Oh my
minors,
god, he's one of the hardest working people on this planet.
He literally his regiment and his high school. He went to IMG, if I'm correct.
Franklin something or other. Franklin. It was not IMG.
It wasn't okay. I thought he did, but
No.
these.
I don't know if it was a private school. I don't know.
Really?
If it's
I thought it was something like that. But these high schools that he came out of are bred to make MLB players.
Okay.
And you know what he was supposed to be? He was committed to Vanderbilt. He was going to be.
He was also a standout high school football player.
Yes, he was. He was supposed to be. He was supposed to go to Vanderbilt, play baseball, get drafted. But he went into the MLB. So far, I don't have his exact stats, but I believe in single A he hit above 300. So good. Got called up to double A. I don't believe he's grossed past 300 of the batting average.
In my turn.
So
Picked it up first.
So he's like a Bryce Harper in terms of coming out.
Except-
Was he
except-
better?
He is a freak. It's
Bryce
really-
Harper was again
he was
early, went
a
to
one.
JUCO.
Yeah,
yeah he did he went to college after graduating high school
No,
early.
he graduated like 16 and then went to JUCO.
Then
Yeah,
went
and then went
yeah.
to JUCO. So that's a little bit of a different story, but he was still the quote unquote chosen one.
Sure.
The chosen one is actually LeBron. But
Okay.
We could argue that.
But I have one last point about this baseball topic. If there's a way you can succeed 3 out of every 10 times and be a Hall of Famer, that is the most impressive thing to do
Yes.
in the history of the world.
It's a good point.
End,
Yeah.
end of story.
Curry would not be known-
30% of the time, you are, and be a Hall of Famer, you're ridiculous.
Curry would not be known because he's made 30% of his threes in his entire career. I promise you that.
He's going to be known because he's the greatest shooter of all time.
But not because he made 30%,
If he
because
did
he made like
30% of his threes,
65%.
He would be working at Wendy's and not have an NBA roster.
I couldn't
spot.
tell you
Right.
the greatest hitting percentage of all time.
No, you couldn't.
I couldn't.
You actually could not.
I
Straight
couldn't
up.
because it's not important. No one knows that. I mean, I guess people who play baseball do.
I could tell you the greatest hitting percentage of all time ever is by a little person. I don't remember his name. He bat 1,000. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Was
Yes.
he 1 for 1?
He was 1 for 1 and was immediately banned from baseball because he was so small and his,
Because his
and
hitbox
his,
was so
hits-
tiny.
and his
Yeah.
strike zone
Actually,
was so
I
small
actually
that it was
saw that.
unfair. This was back in like the
do remember that.
1940s or something like that.
I actually do remember that.
It's
So-
either he has a 1,000 batting average or I think he has a 1,000 on base percentage. It's one of the two. Which is
so
still-
Let's start. Baseball, basketball. What would you rather watch?
We already had this conversation.
This is
That
And-
conversation
Okay,
was
fellas, well, with 6 minutes to go, I think we should get into
I have
October
one,
baseball.
I have one
October
last thing
baseball.
to say. I have one last thing to say.
Oh, here we
oh
go.
my
I have
god!
one
Don't
last
make
thing
it
to say.
5 minutes.
So that person you said, one of the most athletic people working the hardest.
Yeah.
Why are like on the Pirates? I watch the Pirates like maybe once a year.
Cool, man.
I've seen some of the most unathletic looking people I've ever seen just because he can hit a baseball far pretty often.
Are you talking
like-
about Danny Burgers?
It might be him.
Daniel Vogelback.
There's
the big guy.
Yeah, Daniel Vogelback.
Is that him?
okay.
That's his name.
That's his name.
Yes.
He doesn't really. He's not very athletic.
But
How do you know this?
yeah,
Because I watched it.
What? He hits the ball 400 feet. How can you say he's not athletic?
He can just hit a ball.
You don't think that's
hand-eye
athletic?
coordination? I don't see how.
hand-eye
that's
coordination
athletic.
is what considers people an athlete.
I agree with that. Hand-eye coordination ties into being an athlete.
What was the quote that John Kroc had? Someone asked him, and he said, "Lady, I'm not an athlete. I'm a baseball player." That was the.
Yeah, it's different.
That was back then, though, when everybody was.
Oh, we're
like,
talking about back
eating
then.
burgers.
Oh,
eating
that was
burgers,
back then.
smoking
Eating
cigs in the
burgers.
middle of games.
Right.
That's nowadays you have the. I mean, they're freak athletes nowadays.
No, yeah, and you almost have to be. You know,
I think-
there's
I think
no
it's time.
compete.
Okay, it's time.
All right, it is time.
Oh no.
Cohen, do you want to introduce their?
I'll introduce it. I love this conversation.
This is gonna be
because-
awesome.
All right, so
Oh, here we go.
They just shook hands.
we have 3 minutes, so let's get it all out. Come on,
Okay.
guys. So Brody and Lonergan have an ongoing debate, literally every single day.
Michael
every single time I
Jordan
see them.
is the single greatest basketball player of all
I
time.
have no idea how you can, like, even put that into words.
fathom it.
Please,
Fathom it.
you're up first. What? Because of his stupid logo?
No. Okay, what he did, Brody, for the game, Michael Jordan, he revolutionized the game.
Then Steph Curry has to be up there too.
This is my point. Stephen Curry revolutionized the game more than Michael Jordan did. What did Michael Jordan revolutionize? Stat padding and getting his stats elevated when he was at home?
No,
when he was
how
at
about
home?
building his own team without help?
You mean? Whoa! Without
Scottie
help?
Pippen.
when LaMichael
Scottie
Jordan
Pippen,
left the
okay.
Bulls when he went to go play baseball.
Oh, their record was extremely similar.
It was.
The,
When
the
LeBron
win
left the
difference was like
Cavaliers,
They had 20 wins.
19
lottery
wins.
pick.
Look at this
Lottery
intensity.
pick.
19 wins.
Brody's
Listen,
gonna snarl
Listen,
soon. Oh my
Brody,
goodness.
Brody and I have
Come on.
talked about this. We go back and forth. And to Brody's credit, I do agree with him with his hockey pick. As great
Alex
as all
Ovechkin,
time.
absolutely.
Alex Ovechkin, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
basketball, we continue to agree to disagree.
Hockey pick of what?
What?
Greatest of all
Greatest
time.
of all time.
I can't speak. I don't
is-
watch
it
hockey.
is-
It's either Wayne Gretzky, right?
And
It's Alex Ovechkin.
Brody, and we talked about this. I think a lot of it too depends on
It's Ovechkin.
the era you grow up in.
Sure,
I grew
sure
up
it
with
does.
Jordan. You grew up with James.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I would
I
love
think
to.
it's very hard for you to argue 50,000 career points. Like, that's come on.
True. Longevity.
You know what I mean?
Can we talk about longevity?
Statistically speaking, absolutely, you're correct.
He's the best basketball player of all time.
Statistically speaking, but I think what he does, I don't know. I
What? Are we
can't
arguing
say that.
efficiency over longevity or longevity over efficiency?
I don't feel like.
efficiency.
Why does it have to be a stat?
Yeah, that's
Brody has the talking stick.
When LeBron
did stop
James
talking.
passed Michael Jordan in points, he took 1,500 less shots. You want to talk about efficiency? LeBron James is an extremely more efficient scorer than Michael Jordan.
It would.
but
He's not wrong.
But
But what?
Michael Jordan, the defenses that were geared towards him,
no,
and
no.
just. And not only that,
Just
the game
be-
is different now.
Just because they fouled,
give me the talk.
You don't get it yet.
Give me the talking stick.
Just because they fouled hard does not mean they played better defense. That's not the definition of defense. Because they fouled hard, they weren't playing good defense. They were hacking, sending it to the
But
line.
that wears you down, and
I'll take
I
my
mean-
two at the. I'll take 2 free shots at the line every day.
And by the way, Jordan was a better foul
He
shooter.
was a better foul shooter. I will give you that.
Congratulations.
Because the defense he was playing against
He
were
took more.
punching him as a
He took
team.
more, 'cause he took more,
Exactly,
because he took
yeah.
more. That doesn't make you a better defense. That makes you a clown who fouls hard.
Oh, wait. Can I have the talking
This,
stick for a
this,
second?
this will not be settled today.
No, it won't.
All I'm saying is that Joel Embiid is ridiculed for going to the line
Yep.
and shooting free throws as a quote unquote career thing. So why should Michael Jordan not be ridiculed for going to the line as much as he did to just stat pad with 1 point free shots? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Wasn't even vertical by the end of his career, and LeBron James averaging 28 at 40.
So another thing.
Vertical.
The next person
vertical.
to
I'm
score.
outnumbered here.
Yeah. Ready? Watch this. So
wasn't
if
even vertical.
if the next highest scorer that's currently playing averaged 30, it would take him almost 15 years to
And
break LeBron's
you'd have to
record.
play.
scoring
You'd have to play
record.
like 70 games a year.
Yeah.
Every single game, never miss the game, 30
It's-
points per
it's
game.
about-
And that's almost
it's about
impossible.
about
championships.
12.
No, it's not. You don't
Championship.
know
That is
11 times.
wild.
No,
you
you
sir.
cannot,
No,
you
sir.
cannot, you cannot, you
My-
cannot say championships and talk about Michael Jordan as the GOAT when you have to talk about championships with teams.
Yep.
You can't.
That's
LeBron
why,
James.
that's why I don't like it, because championships are a team stat.
Yep.
You can't,
It's not individualized.
In basketball, it's not a
It's not
solo.
individualized.
Jimmy Butler tried to do a solo NBA Finals and lost. LeBron James.
Go.
I love.
Well,
I
I'm
love
just
Jimmy
saying.
Butler.
Is that the mic drop? Is that the mic drop?
Yes. Is that over?
You're
All
not.
right.
It's his airness for me. That's who's.
His airness. This is, I can't do this
Unbelievable.
anymore. I gotta step away from the mic.
This will be continued. Next
This-
PE class.
This has to be
We have to. We went
continued.
way too much into
I feel like we need a
baseball.
part three.
You brought up an old
Yeah,
topic.
yeah,
It's all
it was-
Jackson's
it was-
fault.
it is.
I want to get that challenge done. I just want to see how well I do.
Oh yeah, we will.
I just wanna see how well
All
I
right.
do.
Well,
All right.
thank you guys
so
for
much.
joining us. Thank you, Mr. Lonergan and Brody, for joining us.
Brody's gone.
I know, but he's already gone, but it's fine.
Guys, if I can say something, I appreciate it. This was fun. So and I'll have to be on again, definitely.
We'll
Yeah,
definitely try and
we-
get you back
we
on.
can.
All
I
right.
mean, yeah, when the season's heating up, yeah.
Guys are doing some good things in here. Keep it up.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to the Perk Playbook. We'll see you next time.